Alright everybody, hey, welcome to me doing a wonderful video on how to do some tanking of, what's this place called? HFC, Hellfire Citadel. So we're going to try out my spec that, beep, that people are saying shouldn't possibly work, which is using necrotic plague and runic empowerment. Say it's not going to work very well, all that crap. I'm going to show that it actually works really well, and although it's not going to be particularly easy because I'm going to be using my non-mechanical keyboard, mostly because my microphone will pick up a lot of clicking and it'll sound awful if I do. So we'll just deal with it. I'm also going to point out that my guild group here is using some people that are not typically with us. A couple new people, pretty much. So I don't think we're going to have any problems, but if we do start having we might have some DPS problems. That's about it. But we're going to get through at least the first two bosses here, just to kind of show that it's a thing that we can do. I don't know why we're doing a pull timer for what amounts to trash, but whatever. Are we? Yeah, we're not. We're on trash. Yeah, we're on trash. So, yeah, I wish you all could hear the mirth involved in my guys. He called for a hero, but we're like, we're on trash still. I guess he forgot what we were doing. So, anyway, yeah, this is as you can see, the necrotic plague stacks up really quick, and I'm actually getting a lot of I'm getting a good number of runes back off of the what's it called, runic empowerment. I just got another 2 back, although I'm kind of screwing this up because I have forgotten that I should be not using every blood rune because I've switched back again because I went back to my other spec the more traditional way, mostly because I don't like keeping 1 blood rune up at all times, although I guess it doesn't really matter in all reality. So whatever. And sorry if I have a lot of random silence. I'm trying to also listen to that. Let's see, I kind of screwed up there because I used my my blood rune. However, it worked out fine. I got the rune back that I wanted. See, I'm really used to thinking about using all my blood runes for blood boil, but as it turns out, I don't need to do that right now. Especially, I don't have to spread diseases with blood boil because they spread automatically with necrotic plague. They just automatically go, so it's not a big deal. What are these guys doing? Whatever. So, yeah, as you can see, I mean, I'm getting my blood runes or my runes back real quick, and especially when we have, crap. Especially when we have a lot of mobs coming at us, it's really a much quicker, it's a much quicker rate of return than you would normally expect with a rune tap. And people say, well, you're just not using rune tap right, or you're not, you're getting, what the hell's that word? What are they talking about? Or you're just bad at using it, or You know, it's not predictable. You don't have control over when you're getting your runes back. I mean, the fact is, I don't need control over when I'm getting them back because I don't run out. That's the beauty of it. Is if I need to use a rune, I just use a rune, and that's all there is to it. Right now, it's not working super great because I keep letting Necrotic Plague fall off, but and it works a lot better in groups, which you'll see more often coming up. And also, when things aren't attacking you, you're not going to get like any kind of like super huge return. Things need to be attacking you in order for you to get the runic power to get things going. And you're also probably going, why aren't you using fucking Bone Shell? Well, the fact is I got these macro keys set up on my other keyboard because it's got a bunch of macro buttons. But unfortunately, they're not on my other keyboard here, so I can't quite use them when they don't exist. Another thing about people were saying about Necrotic Plague was, if you just watched right there, they're saying that, oh, you're using Leech on Necrotic Plague, so you're gonna lose all your stacks off it. Well, no, you don't. You lose your stacks on it. You won't lose your stacks on it, rather, if you have another mob in the area, because it'll go back with the exact number of stacks that it had from a previous mob. Because it spreads that number, not 0, which is pretty nice. And okay, just gonna pull this group. There we go. I need one of my blood runes to come back because I don't want. There we go. And I need to also get things to attack me, which is pain. There we go. So now I'm getting a decent amount of runes back. If I wasn't freaking able to see, okay, great. Yeah, I hate this keyboard. Back when I first got it, what it is, it's a G15 Logitech, G19. G19. It's got just a ridiculous number of macro buttons, and it's also got a screen on the top that displays a bunch of other information depending on the game, which it's fine. It's useful if you were needing it. I don't, because I don't really look at my keyboard when I'm playing. Oh, the other nice thing about Necrotic Plague is you know exactly when you're going to take it off. If you want to leech it and you only got one enemy to leech off of, it's going to pretty much be at 15 when it's about to expire. You can leech it then. So you have there's no question about when you're going to do it. Alright, I think probably need to put on my flask. Yep. Okay. As far as damage goes, I'm not doing a ton right now because I'm kind of all over the damn place. But I'm not falling super behind. I tell you, this keyboard's really screwing me. Oh man. But if you want to look at something like healing, I'm doing pretty decent, about 9k right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I want to use like some of my other skills, but I can't right now because of the fact that they're not my other freaking macro on my other keyboard. Alright. So I'm starting to get my damage up, but I'm also starting to get annoyed because I can't use all my damn skills. Alright, sorry for the silence. Just trying to focus. It's also hard to do this while talking. Alright, so here we go. So you can kind of get an idea of how many runes I'm getting back. But you have to try to remember to do things like spread diseases constantly and those other shit. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I just remembered I wanted to show this. So pay attention here. I'm gonna use dancing rune weapon. Oops, dancing rune weapon. And then I use my my outbreak. If you look there, you see the diseases. I've got 2 stacks in the Cry Plague, plus I got 2 stacks of, or 1 stack of each other disease. So that's a pretty large amount of diseases going out. And why are these guys not killing the vehicle? Fantastic. Alright, so again, the only tricky part about this is you end up spreading your diseases a little bit more frequently, which is kind of a thing that I got annoyed by. So that's why I don't do this build so much anymore. Yeah, I might just switch over to my other keyboard. This is really irritating because I keep wanting to press a button to do something else and I can't because it's on the other freaking keyboard only. But the downside is though you may be watching is I'm kind of missing a lot of runes right now. So oh, I'm also screwing up because as expected I forgot to spread my diseases. There we go, that's a bit better. So really this is highly dependent upon everything hitting you, well not a lot, but it's dependent upon you getting your diseases out. And then at the same time being able to keep using your death coil to more frequently get all your damage done. I'm having a hard time paying attention to like several things at once right now. There we go. So I'm kind of back in a groove, although as expected my diseases wore off, so I had to refresh them, but they're back up, so we're good. And this is where everything's okay. So I'm actually doing a decent amount of DPS here. I'm doing about 34, 35-ish. So that's not bad. That's actually, I guess it's not saying much for the DPS in my group because they should be able to do, more than a tank. But, I am a Death Knight, so, you expect some overpowerment. How long is this video? 14 minutes. Damn. Okay. So I'm gonna do after this boss. We're going to go ahead and do the next one, and I will be able to more easily show the utility along with with this build. And then that's going to be it, because it's really, really hard to focus on everything that's going on right now. Like, I'm trying to watch these cannons so that stuff doesn't get by, and then I can't really focus because there's so many mobs. And I want to show this off too. People say use Gorfreen's Grasp. There's a good reason why I choose Remorseless Winter. And you're about to see that it will freeze a bunch of enemies. Damn it, none of these ones, unfortunately, so I didn't get to demonstrate that. most of the time it'll get the ads down, which is nice. In this case, no. None of these ads were able to freeze. But in a fight like Operator Thogar, for example, you will actually be able to freeze. Right now I've got more runic power than I know what to do with, so I'm just trying to burn it really fast. Just my little example of what you can do. And every time you use Blood Boil, you actually get a stack of Necrotic Plague that bumps up automatically, which is nice. I'm still averaging about 34, so my DPS is pretty good. And you know, the more mobs you have, the quicker your Necrotic Plague will stack up, and the quicker you'll get RP, so it's really good for a fight like this. In all reality, it is really, really good for a fight like this. But it's not so good for, well, I mean, it works for pretty much everything, in all reality. It's not as good on single target, but, because you're not gonna get enough RP back. Well, you will get enough RP back to make it like work, but you're not gonna get. It's not gonna compare to this. I have too many things to watch right now. Alright, so done. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video for now, and then I'll upload this, and then shortly after the raid, well, I'm not gonna upload it right this second, but I will upload it later. Yeah, so the idea is that that's what you have to do. I will show you the next boss here on the next video, so come back for that, I guess. Hopefully you'll get a better idea of what's going on. I'll be able to pay more attention to the boss and talk about the boss fights, just picking up ads. Because this first boss in HFC really isn't interesting. It's just killing ads. So see you in the next one.